Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım,
Distinguished President, esteemed DEİK family, ladies, gentlemen, today we are holding the 37th General Assembly with an election and with the participation of our President, with his honoring, we are carrying out the third reward ceremony to pay our respects to masters. Thank you very much once again for coming. Distinguished President, our guests, for DEİK, in terms of Foreign Economic Relations Board, many things were initiated by the masters who have led and guided us together. We are together with them today. We're pleased and honored in terms of the Turkish real industry opening a window to the foreign world. The investments relations being increased in a strategic way in those countries. DEİK operates by establishing direct connections. It is unique in the global sense. It has a unique structure, and we have prepared a brief video to introduce DEİK to you. Thank you.
Sana değer. Dalgalandığın göklerde, gölgende olmaya, ay yıldızın ışığını her yere taşımak için gece gündüz çalışmaya değer. Çalışan, üreten, gayreti bol, gönlü geniş insanına. Bire 1000 veren toprağına, biri 1000 yapan hünerli ellerin ürettiğini, dünyanın 144 ülkesine ulaştırmaya değer. Bazen araya mesafeler girse de engelleri aşmalı, uzakları yakın etmeli. Zor günlerde umut olmak binlerce teşekküre değer. Uzaklara gidemesen de bazen tam da yanındadır aradığın. Kıymetini bilmeye değer. Doğal kaynaklarımız en büyük değer. Dünyanın sürdürülebilir geleceği için yeşil ekonomi yaklaşımımızla yarınlara sahip çıkmaya değer. Yeni teknolojileri daha iyi bir yaşama dönüştürmeye, işleri bereketlendirmeye, kazançları çoğaltmaya, daha güçlü bir Türkiye, daha yaşanabilir bir dünya için 152 iş konseyimizle hiç durmadan çalışmaya değer. Uluslararası iş forumlarımızla şirketlerimize dünyanın kapılarını aralamanın mutluluğu tarif edilemez. Ve gün gelir öyle büyük işler başarırız ki başımız yıldızlara değer. Yükselen Türkiye'nin sesini 7 kıtada duyururken yalnız ekonomik ilişkilerde değil, bizi biz yapan insani değerlerimizle nerede akan bir gözyaşı varsa koşup silmeye, zulme karşı dik durmaya değer. Yaralarımızı sarmak için birbirimize kenetlenirken bir küçük gülümseme görmek dünyalara değer. DEİK olarak Türk özel sektörünün gücünü dünyaya taşırken ülkemizin büyük potansiyelinden ilham alıyoruz. 98 kurucu kuruluşumuz ve binlerce üyemizle dünyanın farklı coğrafyalarında firmalarımıza yol gösteren Türk iş dünyasının kuzey yıldızıyız. Avrupa'dan Afrika'ya, Asya'dan Amerika'ya, Orta Doğu'dan Avrasya'ya ticari diplomasi faaliyetlerimizle Türkiye'nin birikimini tüm dünyaya taşırken biliyoruz ki güzel ülkemiz için her şeye değer.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım, bu özel
Distinguished President, I would like to invite the President of DEİK, Mr. Nail Olpak, to the podium to deliver his speech.
Cumhurbaşkanım,
Esteemed President, distinguished ministers, Governor, representatives of our business sphere and politics, members of our board of directors and auditing, president of our founding organizations, business council presidents, members, diplomatic mission representatives, and press members. On this special day where we come together for our DEİK Elective General Assembly and Respect for Masters Awards, I salute you all with respect, welcome, and thank you for honoring. I wish our General Assembly will be beneficial. I would like to thank our outgoing board members and wish success to our newly elected colleagues. As a representation of our loyalty, I would like to thank everyone who has contributed to DEİK since its foundation, and I would like to commemorate those that have passed away. Our 35-person board of directors, a group of stars consisting of distinguished NGO presidents, business council presidents, and leading business people, is our wheelhouse that draws and implements DEİK's roots. Our 98 founding organizations, especially TOB, TEAM, MÜSİAD, and TMB, are the biggest supporters of our power with their structures that have penetrated into the capillaries of all sectors. Our counterwing organizations, ranging from the U.S. Chamber in the USA to Kederan in Japan, which we have deep-rooted relations from MEDEF, our largest NGO in France, to Confindustria in Italy. They are our business partners, the backbone of DEİK, which is the window of the Turkish private sector outside the world, is formed by our 152 business councils. When you choose a random place on the world map, from Algeria to Malaysia, from Azerbaijan to Chile, or Uzbekistan to Australia, we're working for our foreign economic relations. Our work is to carry our power to the world. This is our motto. Our goal, our aim is to continue to our commercial diplomacy work in the light of the motto expressed by our president. Congratulations on our new working term. Last year we couldn't give because of the earthquake. This year we are together, but still we are upset. Unfortunately, the tragedy in Gaza continues at the hands of Israel. The inhumane process targets women and children. We hope that it will end as soon as possible and a fair solution will come. In this context, as the business world, we find important and support our government's decision to suspend exports and imports to Israel until adequate and continuous aid is provided. We are aware of the commercial repercussions of the decision taken. I would like to thank our esteemed President for his statement that they will carry out the process in consultation with the business world. From this point of view, I believe that we must be in unity of strength and heart to reduce suffering in the global order, to ensure that income distribution is as fair as possible, and to beautify the world by prioritizing people. And now that we speak of hearts, let me continue from there. The word gönül in Turkish comes from könül, and we have generated many idioms from it, to win hearts, etc. In our belief, heart is above all values, as it is known as the place where the divine manifestation that cannot fit into earth and the sky can fit. While other civilizations state that the real subject of man is the mind, our civilization indexes the mind to heart. Kashgarlı Mahmud describes the heart with the mind. Yusuf Al-Sacib defines it as the mind, the heart full of compassion. We are a civilization of mind and heart. When we reduce the mind just to the functioning of logic and sever its connection with the heart, we know what pain has been experienced throughout history. Distinguished President, I describe DEİK as a volunteer ambassadors of our business world who establish a balance of mind and heart while working for our country. We are an organization that works voluntarily all over the world with the motto that our job is to carry our power to the world. As the North Star of our business world, our esteemed President, your leadership in our commercial diplomacy journey. I would like to thank our Minister of Trade wholeheartedly for his support and coordination. If you allow me, I would like to briefly talk about the activities. With our 152 councils, we have 4,500 members and more than 2,000 commercial diplomacy events with presidents, ministers, diplomatic mission representatives, etc. In January, we held our General Assembly and gave awards. We have hosted 3,800 business representatives and 4,000 diaspora representatives from 131 countries. Or in Washington, we were at the American Trade Conference 2 weeks ago, again with our commerce minister. We were in a JETCO and DEİK program in Prague. We have organized many such events. After the earthquake in Kahramanmaraş, Heart to Heart, we have set up a 5,000 capacity live space. We have given every kind of means to families for 5,000 people, like heaters or kitchenware, the schools, the house of prayer, all the way to the library. I would like to thank all our generous members for their supports. Every Eid, we organize the Arefe Flowers tradition. This year, we organize it in Elbistan on April 23rd with gifts that please the hearts of our children. In our activities focused on effectiveness and competence, we establish a fair and transparent election system, which is an example to all NGOs. We elect the presidents and managements of our business councils. For 70 business councils, the presidents handed over. 46 of them were presidents for the first time. This keeps the institutional memory alive and enables dynamism and balance. According to criteria we announced at the beginning of the term, by the end of the term, we announced the scorecards of all presidents. We believe that success should be measurable or compared to benchmarks. The outcome should be announced and rewarded. If you allow me, very briefly, I will talk about the global economy. After COVID, we have experienced significant changes. The rules of trade are being rewritten. With the war in Ukraine, we are seeing more uncertainty. Supply chains are disrupted. There's increase in energy and food prices, and there is historic inflation all over the world. The drama in the tragedy in Gaza is hopefully not going to turn into a regional chaos, which is our wish. We are talking about liberalization in trade, but we see the formation of new trade camps. We see friendshoring and nearshoring more. We are witnessing that global trade is changing direction due to geopolitical risks. We see where Russia and Europe, once good energy partners, have reached after the war. We are watching the increasing trade tension between China and the USA. We follow the negative effects of the developments in the Red Sea and the Panama Canal. This causes additional cost, shipment delays, and security concerns. When we look at how global trade will go, the volume will decrease, but it will increase between nearby countries. According to another scenario, countries will diversify their supply chain by developing relations with different countries. We will see together by experience. In this process, we witness the emergence of new opportunities. Unfortunately, there are threats as well. Green transformation brings opportunities but risks. Digital transformation is giving rise to new models or new opportunities. In addition to goods trade, trade types such as service trade and e-commerce will be areas of opportunity but risk for those who cannot really use it. As DEİK, we follow these trends closely and we set our strategies and activities accordingly. In our new era, by dividing American continent by North and Latin, and by increasing our activities in Europe, or by looking at new opportunities in the Middle East and more cooperation with Africa, or improving our trade balance with Asia Pacific, with our representatives in 131 countries, we will work in more coordination. Of course, in such a situation, when we look at our country, these developments in the world affect our country as well. There have been costs of the earthquake, which which we also have high inflation that we all complain about, and increases of costs in different areas, which we all notice. On the other hand, we know that half of the economy is rules, and the other half is expectation management. And our most important expectation as a business world is predictability. Our goal is to achieve price stability as soon as possible with the anti-inflation program, and to increase our productivity and competitiveness with structural reforms. Despite difficulties, when we look at what we achieved in the past, I believe that we can achieve these two hand in hand. We work every day with our business councils spread all over the world, and we see that those countries are looking to our country and our future very positively, and we believe we can overcome in awareness of our responsibilities. And let me end with a small addition about positive developments. In our meeting with Japan recently, we signed a $250 million loan. This is also showing how Asia Pacific looks at us. Esteemed President, soon we will reward DEİK masters who have guided DEİK to reach these days, manage the difficulties correctly, and signed our global journey. We will present 4 awards. As long as there are DEİK masters, our North Stars who touch the heartstrings of our business world, we will continue to follow our rational heart. I would like to thank our masters and Your Excellency for your unwavering support. To the masters of yesterday who have a place in our hearts, and today's masters who are working with all their heart, I would like to extend my gratitude. With all these feelings, I would like to thank Your Excellency, the President, our ministers, masters, members, representatives of our business and political world, representatives of diplomatic missions, all participants, members of the press, and everyone who contributed to the program. I extend my gratitude, and may everything be as we wish. We would like to thank DEİK President Mr. Nail Olpak, and a round of applause for him. As distinguished President and guests, now to carry out their speech, I would like to invite Minister of Trade, Professor Ömer Bolat, to the podium.
Saygıdeğer Cumhurbaşkanı,
Esteemed President, distinguished ministers, esteemed representatives of our business world, and also members of the DEİK Foreign Relations, Economic Relations Board of Turkey, I'd like to greet you all with my deepest regards. And we are here for the 37th General Assembly of the Foreign Economic Relations Board, and also to inaugurate the 3rd Respect to the Masters Award ceremony. And I'd like to welcome to you all to this event. And taking this opportunity, I also would like to extend my gratitude to our President for honoring us with his presence today. He has always supported our endeavors, and he has always supported us all across the globe. Taking this opportunity, once again, I'd like to thank our President for being with us here today. Now, and I also hope that this General Assembly will be auspicious for us all. And I'd like to also thank the outgoing board for their valuable efforts, and also wish every success to the newly elected board of directors. Now, since the inception of DEİK, many people contributed to these efforts, and taking this opportunity, I would like to offer our gratitude to them all, and also commemorate those who have sadly left us. Taking this opportunity, I also would like to offer my condolences to the family of the Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi, who sadly lost his life due to an accident last week. Now, since 1985, DEİK, the Foreign Economic Relations Board, has been dedicated to giving a boost to Turkey's foreign relations, and many people have worked tirelessly to make this happen, to pave the way for even greater success for Turkey, and as such, DEİK is one of the propellers of the Turkish economy. Now, for 21 years, our president has been providing leadership to this process. We've had a dream and a vision, and that is to make Turkey one of the top exporters of the world. And that is why our government has been working day and night, as well as our companies, our stakeholders. We've been working day and night to make this dream a reality. Obviously, exports mean production and investment and job creation, and also affects input into the economy. This year, as Turkey, we exported $267 billion worth of goods and $110 billion worth of services. A total of $377 billion was brought to Turkey, will be brought to Turkey by the end of this year. Last year we scored $255 billion worth of goods and $101 billion worth of services. A total of $356 billion were brought into the country. God willing, by the end of this year, we are going to achieve this threshold and actually break new records. And when we look at the first 5 months of this year, we see that this promise will actually be fulfilled, and we will be fulfilling these goals all together. Our leader is strong and is a visionary. Our entrepreneurs are hardworking and productive and open. Our government is astute and reformist, and our institutions are experienced. World trade went down by 1.2%, and the overall global trade went down by 5%, and production was actually increasing around 3%. But the Turkish economy in 2023, on real terms, 4.5%, and in the last 14 quarters, we've had a streak where we grew by, without any exceptions, in the last 21 years. On real terms, we grew by 5.4% per annum, which is no small feat. Now, Turkey is the 17th largest economy in the world, with $1,118 billion of production. In the purchasing parity, we rank the 11th largest economy in the world, which is, again, no small feat. And in the first 4 months of 2024, when we compare the same period with 2023, we see that goods exports increased by 2.7% and stood at $82.9 billion. And inshallah, in a couple of days, by the end of May, we will be sharing new good news with you, new records that we will be sharing with you all. Mr. President, dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, Turkish goods and services are renowned all across the world thanks to their quality. Last year, we exported more than 240 destinations across the world. In 70 of these countries, we achieved a historic high. And in 2023, our companies exported to 49 countries with a total of $1 billion. And as for and also exportation activities are all across the nation, and cities that surpassed $1 billion threshold reached 30, and the number of exporters reached 140,000. Europe is our biggest market, but we also believe in the diversification of our markets. We are devising new strategies. And we exported $60 million to Africa, $22 billion to Americas, and $65 billion to the Asian continent. This is what we achieved last year, and our goal is to make sure that we will be increasing the daily $1 billion amount to $1.5 billion, thanks to the Turkey Century vision outlined by our president. We are hoping to accomplish this. Yesterday, 1.6 billion dollars of exports were actually achieved. And on the other hand, Turkish contractors and developers since 1972 have been operating in 136 countries, and they have undertaken more than 12,000 projects, and the total value of these projects stand at $500 billion, surpassed that actually. And before 2002, the total of projects was 50 billion merely. Now, obviously, all of these accomplishments can take place through a robust support mechanism, from export preparations to distribution to brand building. We believe that as the Ministry of Trade, we believe that working together is incredibly important. And also, following the instructions of our president, as the ministry, we decided to devote 60% of our budget to support Turkish exporters, and Exim Bank has provided $50 billion of financing support. As the Ministry of Trade, we also believe that we need to raise the bar even further for vis-à-vis Turkey's international standing. We have trade envoys in many countries across the world, and our government, our ministry, and the Turkish Union of Chambers and Commodity Exchanges, the Foreign Economic Relations Board, and our NGOs. We're working together as one big team, as one big national team, both domestically and abroad. We dedicate great importance to bilateral business fora, and we believe in the importance of focusing on commercial diplomacy under the auspices of DEİK, with Iran, Greece, Kyrgyzstan, Tanzania, and Kazakhstan, and Azerbaijan. We organized business fora this year, and also the fourth Turkish-African Economic Summit took place under the auspices of our president. 24 ministers and 2,000 business people actually took place in this event. And also the Turkish Business People's Council convened last October, and we brought together members of the more than 3,000 members of the Turkish diaspora. And as of today, we have 23 free trade agreements and 4 preferential trade agreements that are very much in place. And in the last 1 year, with UAE, with Qatar, with Azerbaijan, we signed deals and protocols, and again, they are now in force. And our agreement with Ukraine is being approved as we speak, and we have initiated our negotiations with the UK and the Gulf Cooperation Council. And inshallah, with Africa, Middle East, and in addition to our neighbors in the north, with Americas, with Far East, with all different corners of the world, we will be expanding our network and further strengthening it. With Africa, we are also dedicated to improving our relations. Since 2003, this document has been in place, and also we have a strategy for remote countries and also with Islamic countries. Last year and this year, we have put this into practice, and within this framework, let me say that since the 7th of October, we condemn what Israel has been doing in Gaza, this genocide perpetrated by Israel, this cruel and heinous massacres that have taken place have saddened us deeply. And as Turkey, under the leadership of our president, we have raised our voices, and in a determined and astute manner, we have been devising our policies. And we curbed our commercial ties by 30%. And within this framework, obviously, our Palestinian brothers and sisters there amount to 8 million people. Obviously, we wanted to act carefully to not inflict any further harm on them, but Israel did not agree to announce a ceasefire, and they did not stop targeting civilians in the Rafah border. So in 1019 items, we decided to halt our commercial activities. That was our government's decision. And right afterwards, because of Israel's belligerence in the Rafah region, because of their continued attacks, and because of the fact that they have not agreed to a ceasefire as of 2nd of May, we shelved all our import and exports with Israel. This was the decision that was taken, and as the Ministry of Trade, through our customs authority, we put this into practice. Now, this was a first across the world, and then Belgium, Spain, and Ireland follow suit, as well as Norway and other countries. They decided to recognize the Palestinian state. As we were devising these policies and making these decisions, we obviously were in talks with the Palestinian Authority, and in the US and in other Western nations, obviously, students took to the streets, and people stood up against Israel's massacres, and this became a global movement. And as Turkey, we provided humanitarian aid, and we also spearheaded this humanitarian movement, this conscientious movement, and we'd like to thank our president for this. Now, esteemed DEİK family, esteemed guests, since 2002, Mr. President, you have exhibited a strong will and provided political stability, and our economy has been resilient since then, achieving a series of accomplishments. And with there are great relations between DEİK and our ministry, and these relations will further be strengthened in the future. The resolutions taken today and following the elections of today's General Assembly, hopefully the torch will be passed on to the newly elected board, and hopefully we will achieve even greater things together. The chair of DEİK, Nail Olpak, and all the members of the board and all the other boards, I'd like to thank them all, and members of the business councils, I'd like to wish them every success and thank them immensely for their contributions to the Turkish economy. We will have an award ceremony to honor the masters, and many of our colleagues will be receiving these awards. I'd like to congratulate them in advance and greet you all with my deepest regards once again. Thank you very much indeed. Mr. Ömer Bolat, our Minister of Trade, we'd like to thank you very much, Mr. President. Now, we will be moving ahead with recognizing the Masters of Commercial Diplomacy. This is the third award ceremony where we honor the Masters of Commercial Diplomacy, and we are going to be recognizing those who have contributed majorly to the field of commercial diplomacy. These are people who have forged ties between Turkey and other nations, and who have made contributions to the Turkish economy. Four important names will be recognized today. These are the masters of the commercial diplomacy, the art of commercial diplomacy, and we will be paying homage to these great masters today. And let us now invite the first recipient of our awards this year. Ahmet Şahap Ünlü worked tirelessly and operated in many areas in commercial diplomacy. He was a pioneer, always determined, always energetic. He dedicated his life to his country. In 1944, he was born in Gaziantep and studied at Ankara TED College, and studied in Germany, Friedrich Wilhelm University, and then at Ankara University, and he became an agricultural engineer. And he started as the international representative of the agricultural cooperative, and now focused on transportation in Iskenderun, in Mersin, and he became a household name over the years. And also he did his best to create a rapprochement between Turkey and CIS nations, and chaired the Turkish, Georgian Business Council, as well as Turkish, Belarusian, Turkish, Tajikistan Business Council. He was the founder of these business councils and served them for many years. He focused on logistics and foreign trade, drafted a number of reports, and represented our country abroad, and from Russia to Iraq, from Kazakhstan to Spain. He made a name for himself, and he has always been dedicated to raising the bar when it comes to Economic Relations Board. For contributions made to DEİK and the Turkish economy, we commemorate him and his legacy here today. Yes, this is the first recipient, Turkey, Kazakhstan, Turkey, Georgia, and Turkey, Lithuania, and Turkey, Belarus, Turkey, Tajikistan, Turkey, Norway, Business Council's founder, Mr. Ahmet Şahap Ünlü, and this will be presented by Ministry of Youth and Chair of DEİK, Mr. Nail Olpak. Ahmet Şahap Ünlü, the late Ahmet Şahap Ünlü, will be received by Mehmet Selahattin.
ediyoruz. Sayın Bakanımızı ve Sayın Başkanımızı yerlerine
Thank you very much.
buyurun efendim.
Mr. President, Mr. Ministers, Chairman of DEİK, ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to be a part of this award ceremony, and I'd like to say welcome to you all. 39 years ago, the late President Turgut Özal spearheaded a process that resulted in Foreign Economic Relations Board, and my late father, served at DEİK for 32 years, and during his tenure, he accomplished many great things, and the fact that those accomplishments are being recognized here today makes us incredibly proud, and I'm delighted to be receiving this award on behalf of myself and my family. The chair of DEİK, Mr. Olpak, and the entire board, I'd like to thank you very much for extending this award to us. Thank you. Mr. Ünlü, thank you very much.
Efendim şimdi
Yes.
diğer ödül
Now,
takdimine
let us move on to the
geçeceğiz.
next recipients. For the second master, we also prepared a film. Let's watch that together. Ali Osman Ulusoy, someone who came from the heart of the Silk Road, from Turkey to the different corners of the world. He opened new roads, and he was born in Trabzon in 1927, in 38, and graduated from elementary school, and then moved into transportation activities. And Ulusoy, the company, became an intercity transportation company that also dealt with logistics, construction, and tourism, invested in many different areas, and this family company grew with great speed. In '74, they started with transportation, and they operated in Iran for more than 50 years as well. They did their best to create a rapprochement between the two countries. Also, they operated in contracted services and banking, and created better relations between the two countries. These activities of Ulusoy meant a rapprochement between the two countries and accelerated the good relations between the two countries. In 2001, they also set up the Turkish-Iranian Business Council within DEİK, and Mr. Ulusoy, during his tenure, brought new horizons to the two countries, and he passed away in 2014, and he remained in this position until his demise. Mr. Ali Osman Ulusoy, for his contributions to our country and to DEİK, we'd like to thank him and commemorate his legacy. To present the awards on behalf of Ali Osman Ulusoy, AK Party Deputy Chair, Mr. Ziad Zeybekçi, and Head of DEİK, Nail Olpak, are kindly invited to the stage once again. Yes, the late Ali Osman Ulusoy's award will be received by the chairman of the board, Hülya Ulusoy, from the Ulusoy Group of Companies. Mr. Minister, Mr. Chair, thank you very much. And over to you, Madam. Yes, let me start by offering my condolences to the late Iranian President, President Raisi, and his delegation. May God's mercy be upon them. And my father, the late Ali Osman Ulusoy, he for more than 60 years was actively involved in business, and Iran always had a special place in his heart, and he was dedicated to strengthening the ties between our two nations. He was always a pioneer in this area, and he, upon his death, he is being recognized today as a master, and I am delighted to be here today receiving this award. Once again, let's commemorate his legacy, and let me thank you all once again for extending this award to us. Thank you. Mr. Hülya Ulusoy, thank you very much. Thank you.
Efendim bugün şükranlarımızı sunacağız.
Now, also the third recipient, the third master, is someone who's focused on Turkish, Greek, and Turkish-Japanese business councils, the late Tarık Tara.
Şarık Ta-
He was the one which led the way and pioneered. He worked, produced, added value, and changed lives. Not only with his commercial activities, but also with his efforts for societal development, he was one of the leading names of Turkish business sphere. In 1930, he was born in Skopje, and he came to Istanbul in 42. He graduated from the Civil Engineering Department of Istanbul Technical University, and in 1957 he set up Enka, which was a contracting company. Until 71, in different parts of Turkey, he built factories, dams, ports, and bridges. And in 1971, he started operations abroad in 54 countries. More than 570 projects were carried out. To support society, he established the Enka Foundation, which has contributed to tens of athletes with the Anchor schools that operate under the foundation, he contributed greatly to the education of Turkish children. Successful engineer, contractor, a visionary entrepreneur, a major philanthropist, Şarık Tara, after his passing in 2018, until his passing, he was the honorary president. He took an active part in the foundation of DEİK and was in the board. He was an honorary member, and Greece Business Council and Turkey-Japan Business Councils were founded by him. He was very successful during his life and contributed to the world. With that, at the national and international level, he got very medals and honorary PhD and citizenships. And with his family, company, foundation, and country, for them he was a real leader. Foreign economic relations and commercial diplomacy received his contributions, and for that we thank him and commemorate him with gratitude. The third person that we thank today, the founding chair of Turkey, Greece, and Japan Business Councils, I invite our minister Fatih Karacan once again, as well as Mr. Olpak once again to the podium. To receive the award, we invite the chairman of the board, Mehmet Kara, to the podium. As we say goodbye to the President and Minister, I would like to invite the speaker to the podium to share his feelings. First of all, thank you very much. One of the most important things that I learned from him was to complete in time or even early. If Anchor could become a global brand, it was thanks to this principle. This is also in the DNA of DEİK. As I can see, my grandfather in 1986, on the request of Turgut Özal, he set up the Turkey-Japan Business Council. Until 2000, he was its president, its chair, and the Greek one was established in 1998, and for 9 years he was its chairs. He was a great thinker. He was always thinking big and making big plans. By limiting his time with his family, he spent more time with business councils and DEİK. He taught a lot to the business world. He said we didn't used to know the word in the past. DEİK was a passion for him. The business sphere, he taught them how to work with abroad, and now he worked for, he contributed to Turkish companies being a global actor now, and as his grandson, I try to contribute to DEİK's activities as much as I can. For the president and the ministers and the DEİK presidency, I would like to thank all of you for paying respect to him. Thank you. Thank you, Mehmet Tara. Distinguished President and guests, the last master that were presenting an award to today, between 2001 to 2014, the old DEİK president, the former president, Rıfat Isacıklıoğlu. In the Turkish business world, he played an important role with his vision. He is originally from Kayseri. He studied at Ankara TED School. He completed his BA at the Economy and Business Administration Faculty of Ankara Gazi University. He started his work life at the family company in 1992. He became the committee member of the Chamber of Trade, the biggest business organization of Turkey is the Union of Chambers and Exchanges. He was a deputy president and then the president in that organization. At top, he is still the president. At Turkey and at different international platforms, he holds many titles. the Global Chambers Federation or International Trade Chamber board member, Euro Chambers vice president, Islamic Trade Industry and Agriculture Chamber vice president, Asia Pacific Confederation vice president, and B20 Turkey presidency. He had many such high-level positions. Between 2001 to 2014, he was the executive and management board member of DEİK. In a 60-year-long locally produced automotive dream of Turkey, he was the vice chairman of the board. He has close relations with the international community and high-level contacts including Germany, Austria, Azerbaijan, France, Italy, Spain, Kazakhstan, and Mongolia. From many countries, he has a Medal of Honor, and at different universities, chambers of trade and NGOs, he has received many honors and honorary PhDs. In the trade and commerce of our country, he continues to contribute and show the way to our entrepreneurs. To present the award, I would like to invite Mr. Ömer Bolat and the President Nail Olpak to the podium. To receive the award, I invite the Chairman of TOP, Mr. Isarcıklıoğlu, to the podium. Once again, thank you to the President and Minister. Now I invite Mr. Isarcıklıoğlu to the podium. Distinguished President and Ministers, the President of DEİK, it's a great pleasure to be at this ceremony in the presence of our President. First of all, I would like to thank you for this award that is awarded to me. As was expressed, DEİK in 1985 was opened in the process of the Turkish economy opening up to the rest of the world to show the support by the Union of Chambers and Commodity Exchanges of Turkey, the President at the time, and members of the board. I would like to commemorate them and thank them with gratitude for this vision. Today, as TOP, we are in all the leading business organizations in the world. We represent our Turkish business sphere. This award I receive on behalf of the entire business world, and our President and the rest of you, I would like to thank and extend my regards. Thank you very much, Mr. Isarcıklıoğlu, and a round of applause. Today, 3 late and 1 here among us. We have presented awards to 4 masters. The great master, of course, we will not give a reward. It's very difficult to be a master. It requires experience and effort. It requires an entire life, and it requires one to be leading. We have such a master, such a great master. Now, to deliver his speech, I would like to invite our President, Mr. Erdoğan, to the podium. The floor is yours.
Distinguished members of DEİK, the Foreign Economic Relations Board, distinguished members of our business community, dear guests, I would like to greet you all with heartfelt feelings and warm regards. We are with you on the occasion of the 37th Electoral General Assembly of the Foreign Economic Relations Board DEİK and its 3rd tribute to masters award ceremony. I'm pleased to be with you, my brothers and sisters, at the General Assembly meeting of DEİK, which is the star of the Turkish private sector. I would like to thank the DEİK management team for organizing this great meeting. I wish that the decisions taken on the General Assembly will be beneficial and auspicious for our country, for our nation, our business people, and for you, our esteemed members. I congratulate the members of the DEİK Board of Directors elected for the 2023 and 27 working period, and I wish them success in their work. Since its establishment in 1985, DEİK has been undertaking a very special role in conducting the foreign economic relations of the Turkish private sector, particularly in foreign trade, international investments, services, and logistics. On this occasion, I would like to pay tribute to the representatives of our business world who have taken part in the management, in business councils and activities of DEİK since its establishment. I would like to express my sincerest gratitude to the members of DEİK who contribute to the development of Turkey, to the growth of its economy, the increase in its exports, and help our people to bring bread to their homes by creating employment. I remember with mercy the DEİK members who have passed away. I congratulate our masters who were deemed worthy of the award today, with the understanding that ingenuity is subject to compliment. I would like to thank them for their hard work and efforts. In addition to being the umbrella organization of our trade diplomacy, DEİK is the platform with the highest representation capability that brings together the leading actors of our country's business world on the same ground. DEİK is the window of our private sector to the world, with 152 business councils and 5,000 members from Africa to Asia, South America to North America. I see this inclusiveness and all-embracing nature of DEİK as an important opportunity and a great advantage for our country. Now, wherever I go on official visits and to international meetings, I come across an event, a business forum, or some activity of you, DEİK, the flag bearers of our trade diplomacy. From South Africa to Malaysia, from the Turkic republics to the Americas, we encounter DEİK's ambassadors of the heart in almost every corner of the globe. A minute ago, Mr. Nail, President of DEİK, has just explained in detail the capacity, power, activities, and the vision of DEİK's board. We are proud of the DEİK community, which reinforces the trade bridges between Turkey and the rest of the world with bridges of the heart. Organizing 2,000 events in a year is really a remarkable achievement. And I have personally participated in some of those events. And I also have met with our DEİK members on different occasions. I have held consultations and sought solutions to our problems collectively. We endeavor to be in close dialogue with you on all matters related to the Turkish economy and foreign trade. We are keeping our communication channels open with our business community in the process of implementing our decision to suspend commercial transactions in order to force Israel to cease fire. Israel, which martyred 36,000 innocent people in Gaza. We will continue to put pressure on Israel through trade and diplomacy until the Netanyahu administration ends its massacres in Gaza. We will continue to discuss and talk about our issues and find solutions to your problems with DEİK in the coming period also. Now, I would like for you to know this well. We stand by everyone who works for Turkey, who exports for Turkey, increases their investments with confidence in the Turkish economy, and who supports the construction of the new Turkish century. Our political views may be different, our intellectual perspectives may be different. Our outlook on life, our approach to events and problems may differ. All of these are in fact signs of Turkey's greatness and the richness of its human and cultural treasure. We embrace all our differences. We respect everyone's opinions, thoughts, and their constructive criticism. Everyone whose heart beats for Turkey, who dreams for Turkey, who is excited by the dream of a great and strong Turkey, who works hard for Turkey's prosperous and happy future, has a very special place for us. We are honored to walk the road with each and every one of our people who put in the effort to make our vision of the Turkish century a reality. We are pleased and fortunate to be companions of you, my brothers and sisters, who fulfill the mission of our business is to carry our power to the world. Today, I would like to emphasize once again that as long as you work, as long as you produce, you invest, export, and as long as you want to contribute to the Turkish economy, rest assured, we will always stand by you. The doors of each and every one of my colleagues working with us, including all my cabinet members, are open to DEİK members and to entrepreneurs. When it comes to our business work, and I'll be frank here, we do not accept any excuses. If I see deficiencies, negligence and mistakes anywhere in this regard, I will never ever refrain from doing what is necessary. May God keep our friendship, our solidarity, and our companionship alive. Dear friends, the global economy has been sailing in stormy weathers for the last 4 to 5 years. The economic hardship triggered by the COVID pandemic has been compounded by the conflicts in our region. From freight rates to trade restrictions, from volatile energy and food prices to other uncertainties, we have faced several challenges. And in addition to all of these challenges, Turkey also suffered a major earthquake disaster. More than 53,000 people lost their lives in the 6th of February earthquakes in Turkey. The earthquake, which affected 11 provinces and 14 million people, cost our economy $104 billion. Not only houses were destroyed, our production facilities were also damaged, businesses were destroyed, some businesses were closed down, and serious damage was caused to the infrastructure of many of our cities. Of the 850,000 independent units, which were rendered unusable in the earthquake zone, out of those 170,000 were workplaces. No economy, no matter how developed, including Europe or America, can easily overcome such a setback. Now, as you know, in addition to the earthquake, we had 3 elections in a row. The election agenda slowed down the bureaucracy and it postponed investment plans in the business world, increased caution in commercial life. So we all know that it stagnates the national economy in general. Despite all these negativities, we have not lost sight of our targets in any areas, from exports to growth, from employment to investments, thank God. Now I would like to share with you some figures. With the efforts of our DEİK members, our exports exceeded $255 billion, breaking the record of the history of our republic. As of April, annual exports reached $257.6 billion. In the January to April period of 2024, exports increased by 2.7% compared to the same period of the previous year, and it reached $82.9 billion. We increased our share in total world exports from 0.55% in 2002 up to 1.08% by last year. The annual current account deficit, which reached $57 billion in May last year, declined to $31.2 billion in March. The current account balance, excluding gold and energy, posted an annual surplus of $36.1 billion. And we believe that the improvement in the current account deficit will continue. On the growth side, the results are also promising. With a growth rate of 4.5%, we are ranked first in Europe, second in OECD, and fourth within G20. Our national income exceeded $1.1 trillion for the first time in our history. In March of this year, unemployment rate fell to 8.6%. From tourism to IT, from health care, tourism to logistics and contracting services, we closed last year with good figures. Apart from inflation, which, like the rest of the world, has been our main source of concern, we have exceeded our targets, in fact. So, dear friends, our roadmap for the economy in the medium-term program and the 12th development plan. Despite crises in our respective region, and despite local government elections, and despite populist rhetoric from the opposition, we are sticking to our roadmap. Before the 31st of March, when our citizens were bombarded with promises, we did not resort to electoral economics. Like others, we did not put the future of our country and nation at risk for the sake of our own personal political future. You see, those who until yesterday were making promises during election rallies are today borrowing debt after debt and are increasing prices. Not to mention the appointments to positions which they have turned into a lottery of family members and relatives. So, we will understand much better in the coming years how our government made a historic decision at a very critical juncture. We have started to see positive results of our economic program. Our gross reserves, which were $97.1 billion in May last year, increased by $42 billion, going up to $140 billion. The improvement in net international reserves, excluding swap, in the last 1.5 months was $50.7 billion. You will remember a group of people, including some supposed economists, journalists, politicians, and professors, they started a campaign before the 31st of March. As they always do before every election, they again terrorized our people through exchange rate. On the morning of April 1st, they wrote all sorts of mind-boggling scenarios saying that the exchange rate would skyrocket like this, skyrocket like that, and all that. They even immorally incited people to buy dollars and euros. Then, what happened? None of their pessimistic scenarios came true. The Turkish economy continued to run on track. The main priority of our economic program is to increase the welfare of our people by reducing inflation down to single digits.
geçici rahatlama değil.
We aim for a permanent decline in inflation, not just a temporary relief.
Kararlıyız,
We are determined,
sabırlıyız,
we are patient,
asla kolayca
and we
çözümler
are never
peşinde
looking for
değiliz.
easy solutions.
Aylık enflasyon
Monthly
hedeflerimiz
inflation
doğrultusunda
continues to slow down in line with our targets.
yıllık bazda
On an
ise
annual basis, we expect inflation to peak in May, followed by a rapid
ardından hızlı
decline.
bir düşüşe geçmesini bekliyoruz. Böylece yılın ikinci yarısından itibaren
Thus, starting from the second half of the year, we will enter a period of disinflation.
piyasa beklentileri de bizim
Market
öngörülerimizi
expectations, by the way, also strongly support these projections that we have.
ilave
We will
enflasyon
not allow
baskısına
additional inflationary pressure through fiscal policy.
ülkemize yönelik yatırımcı
Investor
güvenini
confidence in our
her
country
geçen
is
gün
also
artıyor.
increasing day by day.
Uyguladığımız program sayesinde
Thanks to the program that we have been implementing, the current account deficit went down, inflation expectations started to improve, our country risk premium fell
yerli ve yabancı
to pre-pandemic levels,
Türk lirası
local
varlıklarına
and
ilgi
foreign
sağladı.
investors' interest in Turkish lira assets
Ve reel
increased,
sektörümüzün dış
external
borç çeviri
debt rollover
oranları
ratios of the banking sector and the corporate
son
sector
1,5
also
aylık dönemde
improved.
gelişmekte olan
In the last 1.5
sermaye
month
çıkışı
period, capital outflows from emerging economies accelerated while capital inflows into Turkey gained momentum. One by one, credit rating agencies have been raising their ratings for our country now, and multilateral development banks are expanding their Turkey portfolios. In energy, especially with our discovery in the region of Gabar, we started to mark changes. The wheels of industry continue to turn smoothly.
savunma sanayinde
There are really good developments in the defense industry, in IT and innovations. Meanwhile, our tourism sector is making all preparations to break new records. As geopolitical risks diminish, we will be able to see the way ahead more clearly.
2028 yılına kadar
And
4 yıllık
we will utilize the 4-year non-election period up to 2028 in the most productive way without dragging our country into unnecessary debates. And I believe in the following from the depths of my heart. God willing, with a little patience, effort and perseverance, I'm sure we will get much better results.
tüm dünyanın içinde olduğu
We will hopefully turn this painful period that the whole world is going through into a
tarihi bir sıçrama
historic
tahtasına
springboard for Turkey and for the Turkish economy, as long as we don't stop moving towards our goals.
yeter ki
As long as we do not listen to the scaremongers who try to demoralize our people just for their own petty interests. Dear members of the DEİK family, you also have an important share in Turkey's economic success story. Without the efforts and initiatives of our DEİK members, let me be frank here, we could not have done any of these. So you worked, you ran, you traveled from country to country, from city to city, and one door closed in exports, you immediately set out to find another one. You have worked hard to bring Turkish products to the world markets by taking all kinds of risks, far and near. And more importantly, you believed in the potential of this country and of our people. In order to help you in these efforts, we have made sure that we did what it takes on this path with all our might. We are taking the necessary steps to increase the contribution of exports to growth and to achieve balanced, high quality and sustainable high growth. We strengthened Exim Bank by increasing its capital from 21.9 billion Turkish liras up to 35.7 billion liras. Last year, Exim Bank provided exporters with $42 billion in financing support, and this year's target is $50 billion.
Günlük reskont kredi limitini 10 kat
We increased the daily rediscount credit limit tenfold, up to 3 billion liras. We increased the 50% exemption for income from architecture, engineering, software, design, data processing, call center services, education and health activities provided abroad to 80%, from 50% to 80%, provided that
80'e çıkardı.
that particular income is brought into Turkey.
Geçen yıl Temmuz ayında
In July of last year, we abolished the 30% foreign currency sales requirement, which was imposed in addition to the rule of selling at least 40% of export proceeds to the central bank.
desteklerimiz ve reel sektörümüzün
Thanks to our support
dinamizmi sayesinde
and thanks to the dynamism of our real sector, we have reached an important point in the value added of the manufacturing industry relative to our per capita income. But
daha yeni hamleler
here
yapmamız
we
gerektiği
see that we need to make newer moves.
avantajlarımızı
It is
koruyarak
imperative that we maintain our advantages in production and that we move towards more qualified, innovative and higher-end
savunma sanayinde
products.
yazdığımız özgün
We want to
başarı
extend the unique success story we have written in the defense industry to other fields.
yeni bir
So with this
sanayi
vision,
politikasını
we are launching a new industrial policy.
kamuda tasarruf,
With the public savings and efficiency package, we will redirect the cuts in investment allocations to priority areas.
yönlendireceğiz. Sanayide yapısal dönüşümü sağlamak
To ensure structural transformation in industry, we support technology-oriented investments in critical sectors with comprehensive incentive programs.
özellikle yatırım taahhütlü
We restructured the Investment Commitment Advanced Loans Program to increase access to financing for high-tech production, particularly.
erişimi artırmak amacıyla yeniden yapılandırdı. Yeşil
And we care about successfully realizing green transformation and digital transformation.
bunun için küresel atmosfer
For this, the global atmosphere is more favorable and advantageous for us than ever before,
bizim
actually.
için avantajlıdır.
So it's advantageous for us.
Asya'ya alternatif olacak üretim
Turkey's name
merkezi
is being mentioned more and more in the search for a production center that will be an alternative to Asia.
ön plana çıkıyor.
So we are coming more to the
Kalıcı
foreground.
yatırımlara tahvil
Turkey's
edilmesi noktasında
name is
DEİK'in görev
being
alması,
mentioned
geliştirdiği stratejilerle iş
and
dünyasına yönlendirmesini
DEİK members are important
DEİK mensupları
in
şundan
directing investments
asla
accordingly.
şüphe duymamalı.
Members of DEİK
Siz
should never doubt
hedeflerinize
the following.
yürümeye devam ettiğiniz
As long
sürece
as you continue to
bizler
pursue your goals, we will do
yelkenlerimizin
what is
ihtiyacı olan
necessary to ensure that the wind that your sails need blows in an uninterrupted way.
bölgedeki diğer ülkelere göre
I would like you to know that we are determined to maintain and even improve our advantages over other countries in our region.
rekabetçiliği sadece döviz kuru
Without
üzerinden
falling
okuma
into the
yanlışına
mistake of
düşmeden bu
seeing
konuda
competitiveness
atılabilecek
only
irade
through the
adımlar
exchange rate,
noktasında
we will
sizlerle
continue to cooperate with you in
işbirliği
terms of
olmayı
additional steps
sürdüreceğiz.
that can be
Bu
taken in this
düşüncelerle bir
regard.
kez daha
So,
DEİK
with these thoughts in
37.
mind,
Genel
I once
Kurulu'nun
again wish that the 37th General Assembly meeting of DEİK will be beneficial and auspicious for our country and for our business community. I congratulate again the masters of DEİK who were deemed worthy of the award today, and I remember with mercy those who passed away.
emeğiniz
I would like to thank each and every one of you for your sweat, your hard work, and what you have contributed to our country and to the Turkish economy. I wish you all success and greet you all with warmest regards. Take care.
Hitaplar.
Mr. President, thank you very much, and maybe have you on the stage for a little longer, please, to commemorate this day. We will be presenting you with a token of our appreciation, our Minister of Trade and our Chair of DEİK, will now be presenting a token of our appreciation. Thank you once again.
Sayın Bakanımızın ve Sayın DEİK Başkanımızın Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza takdim ettiği hediye.
So this is a great example of contemporary art in Makri script, which is reminiscent of our past, also representative of a contemporary understanding of arts. This very script that was bequeathed to us by our forebears is a great testament to the importance that they attach to arts, and we are delighted to be presenting this to our president. And now for a family photo, let's have all our ministers and the board of DEİK and recipients of these awards on the stage, please. Thank you.
Kıymetli misafirler,
Dear guests, ladies and gentlemen,
37.
we have come to the end of the 37th DEİK General Assembly and the third Tribute to Masters Award ceremony. We have come to the end of today's event. We'd like to thank our President for honoring us with his presence, as well as all the other attendees. Thank you and goodbye.